Hey guys, do you see this beautiful website right here? We're gonna build this today. Let's get started. So guys, this is the beautiful website that we're gonna build today. Here's the heading, here is the company name, here are the links, here is the button with a beautiful hover effect, and here are the services listed below that I didn't even change yet. Okay, so here is the code of it. If you want to download it, please check the link in the description. Here the style.css of this web page is available, so you can just check out the link in the. Here's the design also. You can just go check out the link in the description. And today we're gonna build it from scratch, so let's get started. First of all, let's make a new folder that's gonna contain our whole website. So let's just name it like sample landing page. Okay, I have one over here, that's the previous one I have created. So this is the web page, so this is the folder that's gonna contain our whole website. Now right click over it, create a new text document. Okay, now name it as index.html and click enter, and it's gonna ask you are you sure you want to change it. So click over yes. Now right click over it and create a new text document that's gonna be style.css. click enter and enter. Okay, so here are the two files. First one is index.html, second one is style.css. This is gonna contain the whole HTML thing, and this is gonna contain the styles. Okay, so now the folder is created. Now open your code editor, click over the new window, that's gonna be a blank thing. Now close this one and open this folder right here. It's gonna contain two files, index.html and style.css, completely blank, and here we have our website also going on. So to open the website, right click over this index.html, copy file path, go to the Chrome and paste it up like this. Okay, so let's just paste that. Okay, so it's a completely blank page because we haven't done anything, right? Okay, so this is the design of the website we're gonna work upon. So let's get into the coding. So first of all, let's just make a blank HTML template by just writing HTML and tab. Okay, it's gonna create a completely blank template. So now you have to write the title of your website. Okay, so here I'm gonna write web newbies, we build your online presence. Okay, now just save it, and as you go to your browser refresh, the name is going to be changed. So now we're going to link the style.css to this HTML file. So you have to create a link tag. Just write link and then press tab. It's going to create a link tag, and then you have to fill the reference of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a dot and a / and then style.css. This dot and a / means that the file is inside the index.html's parent folder, which is the sample landing page. So it means that this file is inside the sample landing page. Okay, now just save it, and nothing is really gonna happen. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create the navigation. As seen here, the first thing we're gonna do is create this beautiful navigation. So let's just create it by writing the nav tag and then having div.logo inside it. Okay, and also I'm gonna give a class to nav, which is main nav. Okay, and inside the div.logo we're gonna have an h1.company name, or whatever. If you are having some logo, png, jpg, whatever, you can just get into it. Now I'm gonna write web newbies. Okay, save it up, and also I'm gonna have ul.links, which are going to be the links right here. As you can see, the links, and just go to it, ul.links, and then li.link we're gonna create, and inside the li.link we're gonna have an a, which is the actual link that's gonna take you from this page to another if you have one. So click over a dot, let's just make an a tag and get the href2 hashtag, which doesn't take you anywhere. Okay, and into a we're gonna write home. Okay, the case doesn't really matter. So now just copy it as many times as you want. We are having 4, so we're gonna copy it 4 times, and here I'm gonna write home, about, contact, and hire us. Okay, now let's just go to our web page and refresh this. That looks pretty awesome because we haven't done any styling yet. And into the Sublime text editor, now we're gonna style everything. So let's get into the style.css. First of all, in the style.css, I'm gonna create a variable called blue, because the primary color we are having in this design is blue. Okay, so this blue color, we're gonna take it from here. We're gonna just copy this, and into the code editor, I'm gonna write :root, which just enables you to create some variables you can just put inside it. So to create a variable, you have to write 3 hyphens and the name of your variable and then the value of the variable. So this root allows you to make some variables right here. For example, I have made blue. So whenever I'm gonna use this color, I'm gonna just write blue. I'm gonna just write bar and then bracket, then the name of the variable. So it's a little bit easier to make websites with it. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some basic styling like padding 0, margin, and margin 0, and box sizing, border box. Okay, these are the basic styling that are gonna apply to every element, every tag, everything in this in the website. So just refresh. Now it has taken the no margin, no padding, and box sizing to border box. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna have basic styling for the A, which is text decoration none, because whenever you create an A tag, there's a underline below it. So as you refresh, you can see there's no underline. If you don't want, don't do this. And for the also we're gonna do some basic styling for HTML, which is gonna be font size 17 pixel. If you want 16, 18, whatever, you can just write it here. And then the font family, which is product sans, or whatever you're gonna use into your projects. And then text transform, capitalize I'm gonna use, because in this website we are using everything. Every text is capitalized, nothing is lowercase, uppercase, nothing is like that in this. So we're gonna just apply it to every element inside the HTML tag. Okay, so let's just go to the website, refresh it. That looks good. The font family has been done. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna style this main navigation, as it looks so bad. So just using the class name which I have used here, the main nav, for styling this navigation, I'm gonna use the class. Okay, so now inside this I'm gonna say width of 100% width, and a background of white, and a box shadow of 0, and a box shadow of 0, 20 pixel, and EEE, which is not exact white but a little less. Okay, let's just refresh it. Yeah, here you can see the very amazing shadow given to it. And also we want display to be flexed, because we don't want it to be aligned like this. we want it to be aligned in a row. So let's just refresh it. Yes, here you can see it's aligned in a row now. Okay, now it's done. It's not done yet. So now we're gonna align items stretch. It means that elements inside this nav are gonna stretch to the full height of it. Okay, and also justify content to center. Sorry, and justify content to space between. Okay, now they're like far away from each other. It's add the rightmost, it add the leftmost. Now what we're gonna do to get rid of this is we're gonna add a padding 0 for top and bottom, but 10% from right and left. That looks pretty good. That's responsive too. And for this main nav, it's done now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add some style to the logo and company name. We're gonna give it some padding, 1.5 rem and 0. This 1.5 rem is given from top and bottom and 0 is given from left and right. Okay, so now that feels so good. That looks so good. Okay, and now it's done for the company name too. Now we're gonna style these links because they look so bad. Now for the main nav, inside the main nav we have a UL called links. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just say display flex, align items stretch to it as we have done earlier, and a justify content flex end. Okay, so let's see it. Now it's done in a row, it's aligned in a row and it's stretched. For example, if I say background blue, you can see it's stretched over the height. Okay, it's taking the complete height of it. Okay, so to get rid of this, what we have done is we have to just say center. Okay, now that looks good. So let me remove this and refresh this page. To this link we're gonna say list style type none. Okay, that's done. And for the li now, we're gonna style the lis. So main nav li dot link. Okay, inside the links and dot li. Dot link. That's so we're gonna say display flex, align item center, justify content center. Okay, you're gonna see nothing right over here, but it works. Okay, so now we're gonna style the anchor tag. Okay, so we're gonna have main nav dot links lia. We're gonna give some padding to it, which is gonna be 1.5 rem from top and bottom, 1.5 rem to right and left. Okay, that's done. And also we're gonna give it some margin of 0 or 0.5 rem. If you don't want to give it, don't give it, but I just felt like giving it. So, and also I'm gonna give text decoration none, which is already given, so I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna give it color black. Till now it was purple because that's done by the browser. So now if I do refresh, it's black now. Okay, if I say background blue to all of them, you see these buttons are not stretched. They are given some padding, so they look like butter. Okay, so we are not gonna style these three, but we're gonna style this highest button. Okay, so let's just remove it from here now, and also we're gonna give it a hover thing. As we hover over our anchor tags, we're gonna have the color to be DDD. Okay, sorry, that's gonna be 555, whatever you want. Okay, so that's kind of fades out. So now we're gonna style this hire us link. So what you have to do is add a class called hire btn, because we want to add the background blue to this as seen in the design. So we just added a class hire button to it. Now what you have to do is write hire btn. What you have to do right is background. Now here comes your variable thing. How you gonna use that blue variable that you have written earlier? What you have to do is write a var keyword and then go for circular brackets, then use 3 hyphens and write the name of your variable. It's actually the one, this is the actual thing that you wrote earlier. So what you have to do is write a var and circular brackets and just make this. So now let's just save it and refresh our page. Sorry, refresh it. Now that's done. Now what you have to do is give it a color of white. Okay, it doesn't work. We have to give it an important keyword so that it works. That works. Also, we're gonna give it some border radius of 2 pixels. Okay, and also we're gonna give it some padding of 0.5 rem, 1.5 rem. We have done it earlier, but as I said that we're gonna use it a lot of times, so I'm writing it again. And also we're gonna give it text decoration of none. So now we want an effect as we hover over it. So hire btn, hover and get the color white as we hover over it. So now write box shadow 0 0 20 pixel 6192 f3. Okay, that's the color. Just copy it. Now as you hover over it, it's like suddenly coming, the shadow is suddenly coming. So what you have to do is you have to add a transition to it. So transition, for what transition you want to add? I want to add to the shadow and then write the time it's gonna take and the form of the form of the transition. Okay, as we hover over it, it's gonna take 0.5 seconds. That looks so guys, now you have finally built your navigation bar, which is not responsive yet. We're gonna make another tutorial for the responsiveness. Now it just looks stunning. Okay, so now we're gonna go for this part, which is the hero part, and this is pretty easy to make. So as we go to the index.html, here what we have to do is we have to create a div.container. Okay, why we are using this container? Because as you can see in the designing, we are having the same width for this and the same width for this things also. And we will also include some more stuff to this website. It's gonna have the same width of this thing. We are going to style it. So let's just write dot container max width of 800 pixels so that it never reach out of it. And also we're gonna give it a margin of 0 and auto. What it's gonna do is it's gonna get it to the center. Okay, let me just give you an example. As if I write an h1 inside it of what we have written here. Let's just copy this, go to the text editor, paste it up. What it's gonna do is it's gonna get it to the center. So here you can see that it's in center. Let me just take you through the element, inspect element. Here you can see the container, okay, which is, here it is. It's having max width of 800 pixel as you can see here, and it's aligned center. This container is also a hero section, so you know add another class called hero, and this h1 is gonna called hero heading because it is the main heading, so we're gonna call it hero heading. Okay, nothing really happens. And in the style.css, let's go for the hero and then hero heading, and then write font size, which is gonna be 3.5 rem. Yeah, and the font weight as seen in the design, it's 400. Okay, sorry, 400. So as you save it, go to the browser. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Also guys, as you can see in the design, we are having rake rows after grow online. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add BR tags to this. This is not a good way to actually make a website, but as you are a beginner, you can do it. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay, let's get here and refresh this. That looks pretty good. And also we're gonna save text align center. And yeah, that's done. So as you can see that it's so messed up here. It's so close to it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some padding to it. So padding 3 rem and 0. Top and bottom 3 rem padding and 0 from right and left. Okay, that looks pretty awesome. Now we want a button called higher-s. So as we have already created the class, we're gonna say a and then href nothing and then class to be higher btn, and inside it we're gonna write higher us. Okay, let's just go to the browser, and yep, that works. So to center it, there's a very easy method. What you're gonna do is text align center. It's automatically gonna be at center. Okay, now we're gonna add some. Okay, so now we're gonna add some margin to this because it's so close to it. We're gonna go dot hero dot higher btn and then add a margin of 2 rem and auto. Also we're gonna say display to inline block so that it gets the margin, because until it's an inline element it's not gonna take your margin, and as it's the inline block it's gonna take it. So that's done for the higher button now. So the half of the page is already done. Now what we want is we want this services section. So let's just make it. We're gonna go into the hero tag and then hero div and then create a div dot services. Inside the div dot services we're gonna have some services. So we're gonna say div dot service, and then inside div dot service we're gonna have h2 dot service heading, and inside this we're gonna say web development, and we also gonna have an A which is the learn more button. So we're gonna say learn more. Inside it we're gonna write learn more. Let's just see how it looks. It looks pretty awesome, but we have to make it like this. So let's just get here. Now let's just actually copy it 4 times because we are having 4 services. Okay, let's just get to yep, that works. Now let's come to the styling. First of all, in the hero we are having services div. So to services div I'm gonna add some margin 2 rem from top and bottom and 0 from left and right. Now let's just refresh it. It's gonna have 2 rem margin, and now to make it like this, we're gonna add display grid. Okay, display grid. As the display flex works, it works a little bit differently. You can add columns and rows to it. If you don't know about grid, we're gonna make a tutorial very soon on it, so wait for that. Okay, let's just write grid template columns. So here you define the width of the columns. So what I'm gonna say is I'm gonna say 50% and 50%. Let's just refresh it and let's just get to the Chrome. It automatically gets to the 2-column view. Okay, the first column, the second column. We are also gonna make some rows. So create template rows. You just have to define the height of it. I'm gonna say 200 pixels. And yeah, that's done, guys. So the services styling is done. Now we're gonna style the service. .hero.service. We're gonna say margin 1 rect to it. Okay. So this margin is not taken from the outside but the inner grid. Okay, let me just show it to you. Here are the grids. Okay. Here are the grids. There are 2 columns of 50% and there are rows of 200 pixels. Okay, so the margin is taken from these grids. As you can see, the orange part, it's the margin taken from the grid. Okay, so now we're gonna add some background to it, which is gonna be E5 EEFF, which is a lighter version of blue. Okay, and we're gonna add display flex to it, align items, flex start, and justify content center. We are not aligning it into a row, but we are aligning it into a column. So we're gonna say flex direction to column. Okay, let's just get to the browser. Yeah, that works. So let's just add some padding to it. Some 3rem padding. Yeah, that works. It's almost done, guys. What we have to do now is add some styling to the hero.service and .service heading, and then font weight to be 400. Okay, so now that's service heading. Sorry, font weight. Okay, now that's done. Now we're gonna add some styling to the learn more button. So just say learn more and add the color to the blue as we use the var blue over here. Let's refresh. And yup, guys, that's done. Your website is now done. You can download, and if you learned, and the link of every single piece of code is in the description. Go check it out, download it, play with it, and if you learned something new from this tutorial, please subscribe to Web Movies. Please hit that like button because it took about 3-4 hours to make this video. So thank you for watching, and I'll meet you in the next web programming tutorial. Bye bye.